Today we're looking at the Sterling Eccles Amethyst SE. We're going to show you how to set the Caravan up and where everything goes. On the near side we've got an external 230 volt socket. We've got underbed seat storage at the front, and then we've got a barbecue point on the near side. In the front locker we're set up for propane gas. It's set up on a hand wheel, so no spanners are required. It's reverse thread and it's just do it hand tight and then turn your bottle on. We've got the Alco chassis, so we've got the Alco ATC. It's on 13 pin electrics, and we've got the Alco AKS hitch. On the offside we've got our battery connection and our 230 volt plug-in. We've then got two water inlets, so we've got a top one that fills the onboard tank and would use the blue water pump with a proper water pump on the end. And then if we just wanted to use it with normal Aperol, so we just want to pump the water through straight direct from the Aperol, we'd use the bottom pump and we'd use our white pump. So I'll put that one in to our Aperol, and then that just plugs straight in on the side. That will now just pump the water straight into the Caravan and use it as normal. If we did want to fill the onboard water tank with the blue tank, we'd just literally plug it in, drop the other end into our Aperol, and then pump the water inside of the Caravan. And when we go inside I'll show you the setup for the two different operations. Just behind the wheels on the offside we've got the vent for our Aldi water heater, so that's just literally a vent, so all of our flue from the gases when we're using our central heating or hot water system will come out of there. And then our wastewater, both outlets are just there. Our cassette toilet at the back, so we've got our filler at the top and cassette underneath. When we come inside of the Caravan, just above the door we've got our main control panel, and we've got our main 12 volt on and off switch. That will then put our power through to the Caravan on the 12 volt, and our little indicators here then just tell us that we've got our mains 230 volt connected in and we're on the leisure battery or the charger unit. Now if I press view levels, it will tell us what we've got in our onboard water tank, what power we've got from the charger or the battery, and then if we've got our vehicle connected on the 13 pin, there's a little light on the car that would light up, and then we'd get the power come up on the side there. Now the other ones that we've got on there is water pump and fill tank. So when we were saying outside about our blue pump in the top and we're filling up the onboard water tank, if we wanted to fill the onboard tank we'd put the blue water pump in, we'd press fill tank, and then just underneath of our front seats here, underneath of our side unit here, we've got a little diagram that tells us what we want to use. So our internal tank supply, we would set the taps up as so, and then our external, if we were using the Aperol, we would just change, have the little white valve in the position as we have there. We've got the drain off valve, the yellow one, so again they would go up to drain the Caravan off and open all of the taps up. And then if we were going to fill the internal tank up now, we would pop the yellow tag into the 6 o'clock position, press our fill tank button, and that will now start filling up the onboard tank. As this fills up, then it would go up, and once we get to full, we'd just turn off the fill tank, and then as we work the taps, it would just draw the water now from our onboard water tank. Now, if we wanted to just use it in the traditional way with our white pump in the bottom connector outside, and we just draw the water from the Aperol as normal, we just set the little tab to the 3 o'clock position, run it from our external supply, and now all that we do is pop our water pump on. That'll come up with a warning just saying our fresh tank is low. So we just press view levels, that will turn off the warning, and then we can use the system as normal. That will then put our water pump on inside and just draw the water from our white water pump outside and straight off the Aperol. Again, exactly the same. If you've drained the system down and if you've opened that yellow tab up and you've opened all the taps up previously, you need to come in, make sure that the taps, that yellow tap is down, and then we can prime the system. And again, it'll take a good 5 or 10 minutes just to get all the water through the system and stop all the coughing and spluttering. And then once we've got a nice steady flow of water on all of our taps, so on the bathroom tap, the shower and the sink tap, we know that water system is then full, and we can go ahead and start to look at putting our heating and hot water system on. Now, just underneath of this seat also we've got the main control system. So we've got our system shut down, so that will shut the whole 12 volt system down. We've got our charger on and off, and then to use our heating and hot water on electric, this one must be turned on, and that will then put the power through to our control panel and let us work the Aldi heating on electric. We've then also got our trip switches, and again that tells us what the trip switches are. And then we've also got a bank of fuses, and again all of our fuses are noted down just on the little sheet there. So once we've got our heating button on, we've got a charger button on, so that will put the power through to our heating system. So when we do want to put our hot water or our heating on, all the power is going through to that now, ready for the 230 volt. What I'll do first though is just get the gas through the system, and the easiest way to draw the gas through the system is with our grill. And again, the reason that we do with the grill is that we can physically see that we've got gas coming through, and it's the easiest way just to get all the air out of the system also. So we just light up our individual grills, or hobs, sorry. And then just give those a little bit of time just to get all the air out of the system. We have also got an electric ring at the back there, so again our first control dial, that will put the power onto that one, and again then we can turn all of our gas rings off. We know now that we've got the gas through the system, the electric ring is warming up nicely, so that's all good. Again, before we put that glass lid down, we want to make sure that they've all cooled down fully. We can, just as an extra way, just open or light up. If we just light up the grill, and again this is just making sure then that all of the air is out of the system and everything is going to light up nice and easily if we need to use it on the gas. And then when we come to light our fridge on gas, our heating on gas, everything should work and light up just a little bit easier. So for our fridge, we've got a main on and off button, and it's gone straight to gas, so should hear a ticking, and then you should actually just be able to hear the faint sound of the gas burning. And then if we want to control the temperature of the fridge, we can just do it with this one here. If we wanted it on 230 volts, just literally press the button on to 230, and again exactly the same, we can control the temperature with our little dial there. If we wanted to run it off the car when we're towing and off the battery, we'd just press the battery, and then as soon as we start the car, that should put the power through then and run the fridge on your 12 volt system. To turn everything back off, just literally hold the main on and off button. Just at the side then of the door, we've got our Aldi heating system. Now on the screen you can see we've got the little plug symbol. Now when we put the heating and hot water button on just underneath of this seat, that was basically just putting that little plug symbol on to our heating, just to say that we've got the 230 volt plugged in, and the power going through to our Aldi heating system. Our internal temperature at the moment is 17 degrees, and then if I press our menu button, we can then go in and do all of our little settings. So if I turn the temperature up above 17 degrees, that should turn our heating system on, and our heating system then will be represented by a little circular dial in the top corner. So when the heating is actually operating, we'll get a little circular symbol just in that top corner to say that that's on. And what I'll do is put our electric on, and again to put our electric on, then you've either got 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. So depending on what site that you go on to, that will then determine what power that you can use. And now in that top left hand corner you can see we've got those little circular arrows. Now that just tells us that we've got the heating system now working, and the heat will start going through the pipework in the Caravan and warm the Caravan up. For our hot water, we've got our on position, and we have got a boost position. So if I go the next one up, that will now boost the hot water for 30 minutes. Now what you'll notice is our heating symbol has gone off. So now when we put that into the boost mode, all the power goes basically through to our hot water and turns the heating system off. If I drop this back down, so we've got hot water now on, just normal setting, our heating comes back in. So 99% of the time when you're using it, unless you need to warm the water up quicker, or you're going to all have showers, and you just want all the power going through to your hot water, that will be the setting that you'll run on. And then just for the odd occasion where you need to boost that hot water, just put it into the next setting, and that will then just boost that hot water for 30 minutes. But remember, it turns the heating system off then. If we wanted to use it on gas, we can just literally turn the electric off, and then we've got our gas and we've got on and off, and again that will then pop the heating and hot water onto our gas system. So it's quite a nice easy little system to use. It's pretty straightforward. There are other settings that you can go into. To be honest, it gets a little bit complicated, and you'll end up then, if you've not got the timers right, etc., just having problems with actually getting the heating on. So we normally just run it off the thermostat like you would at home, and then if you need to cool the van down at all, just drop the temperature back down, and then it goes back to the normal screen, and it just tells us then again what our internal temperature is. We've got the plug symbol, so we've got 230 plugged in, our heating's on, and our hot water is also operating now. Lights, we've got different switches around. We've got one here for our awning light, which is this one here, so that puts our awning light on and off, and then internal light switches for the different lighting throughout the Caravan. Some of our little lights have got individual switches, so again they'll put those on, and again our little spotlights then Again, just got little individual ones. We've got the radio in the cupboard. And then we've got the little ones over the bed too. So all of our spotlights over the bed. We've got a little mirror light there too. And that then we've got a little light switch just at the side here. And then we've got our bathroom shower light. And again, our cassette toilet then exactly the same as normal. We've got the flush button on the top, and then to let everything through we've got the little grey handle just at the front that lets opens everything back up and lets all that through then. If there is anything that you're not sure on, or we've not gone through, you're not too sure how to do, just give us a call and we'll be happily help you over the telephone. Hopefully that'll give you a nice little insight into how everything works. I think some of it's going to be similar to what you've been used to, but there are just a few differences on there. The other one thing I'll just remember before we go is microwave plate before we travel. Just make sure that that's taken out, and again, microwave, you've got your quick start, cancel, and then all the settings on there. So I'll just pop that microwave plate out now, and then that's not going to come out and cause any damage. I'll make sure these are all cooled down fully before I put the glass lid back down, and that'll be ready for you then for collection. Thanks, I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.